Hey everyone, if you're tuning in today, I have Ben Nickerson here. He's a hip hop artist in the Maritimes and representing for Shelburne. So, Ben, thanks for coming on.
No problem, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Uh, just to start off, Ben, where did you grow up?
I was born in Shelburne in 1980, and I grew up a bunch of different places because my parents moved quite a few times when I was a kid. So I grew up like mostly up Barrington way, so down on the deep South Shore,
Ooh.
deep in the South Shore.
I can tell you have that so short twang to you.
I've heard that once or twice in my life.
What artists did you listen to growing up that kind of got you into the whole hip hop scene?
Uh, well, let's see. What's funny is I listen to a lot of gangster rap, like real, like hardcore gangster rap, like Spice One, South Central Cartel. And I used to rap along to that stuff, saying stuff that I would never be able to back up if I was going to try to be a rapper like that today. So, as far as some of their styles influenced me, though, I think, sorry if I'm jumping ahead, but just some of the rapid fire stuff. That's what I really grew up listening to. Spice One had a really fast flow, and I don't necessarily do that, but I have a couple tracks. I got one track on my album where I try to rap as fast as I humanly can. But I'm a big dude with a big tongue and a big mouth, so I can't rap all that fast. But yeah, no, and I listened to a little later on. I got into like East Coast rap, so like I don't know, Nas, Biggie. I don't know, that's cliche to say, but KRS One was really a big influence of mine. Really liked his. He was just really simple, had really simple beats, really simple flows, and he never changes. He just put an album out a couple months ago that sounds like something that he would have put out in like '84. Honest to God, like except for like the little modernization of the beats, you would think it was something that he put out years ago.
I totally liked KRS One, and I was surprising. It was surprising to me to figure out actually like how intelligent that man is.
Well, he does like university speaking tours. He when he was in Halifax, back in I want to say like 2008, 2009, he did like a I don't want to say a sermon, but he got like a lecture at a university at Dalhousie, and people paid to go just listen to him talk. The night before, I had paid to listen to him rap, and it was amazing. He's a great performer, and watching him perform is like it was like watching God, man. It was honest to God, like he just had master of the room, and he knew what to do.
You got to see KRS One in concert.
In Halifax, of all places,
Really?
he came to the Marquee, so like a little hole in the wall bar, which actually has used to have quite a few really good concerts. But yeah, man, I saw him there, and it was wicked.
Wow.
Yeah,
So I guess it's fair to say that you were kind of influenced by the East Coast flash diversity style.
yeah. I think a lot of Canadian rap is really influenced, at least like the school that I came from in Canadian hip hop is really influenced by the East Coast of the US as far as style. Like a lot of the beats have like I don't know, more like break beats and simplified drums, not the really synthy sound and stuff. Like a lot of samples. That's what I found. That's what I listen to for Canadian hip hop anyway. Stuff that sort of sounded like the East Coast of the States. Like I wasn't really into like Maestro. He was all right, but I like the Rascals and who else? Ghetto Concept. I like Choclair, Cardinal. They were really big in Canadian hip hop when I was young.
Most definitely. Yeah. Um, I guess my next question is what really motivated you to say, I really want to get into hip hop professionally?
Uh, well, it's funny. When I was a kid, my mom bought me a karaoke machine, and I wanted to be a singer. Like I wish that I could sing. Like I used to sing like the stock songs that would come with the karaoke machine, and I knew that I wasn't good. And then I actually started using that mic and the two tape decks, I would beat out on my mic like this. I would beat out a beat, and or I would like play one out on my little keyboard that I had, and I'd hold my mic up to it and record it. And then I had another tape deck on that same machine, and I used to rap over that, and I used to just make up stupid raps. And me and my buddies would just like make up stupid shit. And I did like stuff for school. Like I did a couple raps for like grade 4 about reading. I remember that. I wish I still had it somewhere, but
So I guess it's fair to say that you've been doing music for a long time.
mm,
But how long, I guess, has it been that you've been doing rapping?
um I would say probably 2000, or yeah, probably like 2000, 2001 is when I first like started recording anyway. Like I used to write stuff here and there, but yeah, I really got into it yeah, probably like 20, 21 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm 40, right? So
Wow. That is a long time to be doing
yeah, man.
music.
Half my life, a little better than.
But do you feel that much time has given you opportunity to grow and get better at what you do?
Oh, absolutely. Like the difference between listening to the flow and just my beat selection from my first album to this one that I'm just putting out now is insane. Like, and the maturity of I mean, I couldn't have the maturity when I was 28 recording my last album, but I, I can definitely hear it. And that's actually when I played it for a buddy of mine tonight, he made that comment too, that it's like a mature, not bragging about real stuff, but not being like, trying to be all about money or anything ridiculous like that, because I can't front on that. Like I can't front and try to pretend like I'm something I'm not.
I find that that happens a lot in the maritime or the East Coast style, at least in Canada. Uh, none of the artists seem to be about the big watches, the chains, and the cars.
Yeah.
It seems to be more for the love of the music and the genre.
Yeah, I mean, there are. It's funny if you if you dig deep enough, you can find, I guess, whatever you want. But if it's really hilarious to me that I've seen some rappers, and there's nobody that I name because I'm not trying to start like a beef with anybody or anything. But there's guys that I've heard at like Halifax and stuff like that that are rapping about their cars and doing shows and having money and having girls, and they're like drive a 93 Camry and live in their mom's basement. So
so
it's
so you're true to yourself in your music.
oh, exactly. I rap about working at a factory and having kids and a nice wife, and I'd rap about having a Volkswagen Passat, man, or a Volkswagen Jetta. I think that'd be dope. I'm gonna make a song all about my Jetta. You can have your Bentley, I'll take my Jetta.
Right? I actually can't wait to hear that. So your new album, Ben, what's it called?
It's called the 40-year-old version, not virgin version.
40-year-old version.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to go through this album?
You know what's funny? This album only took me about 6 months. I had been flirting. One of the songs I wrote about 10 years ago, and it was just like waiting for the right beat. And I actually had kind of forgotten about the fact the song existed until I was like listening. What was it? I was listening onto the group that I was in probably 10 or 15 years ago. It's called the South Shore Sound Squad. And they had a SoundClick page, which was like the precursor to SoundCloud and like that kind of streaming site. And I found one of my old songs and I was like, holy shit, I really like that. But I never released it on anything. So I just sort of updated the lyrics a little bit and got a new beat by this dude named P8, Pat Raimondo. I think that's how you say his last name. He's out of Niagara Falls, and he started sending me these beats left and right. And it was like, holy shit, man. Like, so once he started sending me beats, I just got reignited, man. And I started writing again, and it didn't take long. It's an EP. It's 7 tracks, and it took me about 6 months from beginning to end, but a lot of them were in the last probably 2 months.
Wow. So you were well prepared to go back to work then.
Exactly. When you look at the fact the first album took about a year and a half to do, this one, 6 months is pretty a concise amount of time.
I used to work with a fella. I think he goes by the name as handles Jimmy Keys. Have you
Mm,
ever done anything with him?
I know him pretty well. I He's given me beats before, and it's funny, they were really really good, and I just never got around to using them. It was kind of, there's a song on my album called "The 40-Year-Old Version," aptly titled, and I rap about, like, basically from 2001 till now, how I sort of came up and met different people and stuff like that. And I don't really know where I was going with that. What I was trying to say was I've met a lot of people along the way, and that, oh yeah, that was the part where I got like writer's block right around the time that I met him. Like, he'd send me these dope beats and I would start writing over them, and I just like could not come up with anything for him. And it wouldn't have mattered if Kanye West had sent me a beat, I couldn't have wrote to it. Seriously.
Just a time in your life, huh, where you were kind of
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're not surrounded by people that support you like I am now, it's that can be a lot when you're trying to be creative.
that's very true. Yes. Yep.
If you
Uh,
got if Yeah.
I know a guy out of Yarmouth. He went by the handle DP. His name's Dave
Dave
Pictou.
Pictou.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm gonna
I
have to.
used
I'm gonna have to try to link you two up because
I had him as a friend on not Facebook. It was prior to Facebook. He was like on my messenger, my MSN messenger contact, DP. Yeah, we used to send each other shit. Yeah, man.
I'll have to link you two up. He's a good buddy of mine, and
Oh yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
he's talented. He's got the voice for it,
Yeah.
and I think you two could do some good things.
Well, man, I just like seeing an indigenous person getting into the game too, right? There's a dude out of PEI named Beanock. Brody Knockwood is his name. Beanock, and he just won a classified verse contest. Like, you could take a classified beat and rap over it, and then you'd win studio time with classified. And that dude won it, and I'm telling you, he deserved to win it because he was wicked on that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have to look him up. Beanock is his name. Yeah.
I definitely will. So Ben, is there any artist? I know I kind of segue with DP and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
BNOC. Is there any artist that you'd like to work with in the future?
um do you mean like tangible or not?
It could be anyone. Anyone.
I would really, really like to rap over a classified beat, even if that meant buying one from him, which is what would have to happen, which is probably, no, I mean, yeah, it's doable, I suppose. So yeah, classified, I'd say. I think he's a genius. He went from doing his own, like, recording in an apartment, making beats on a shitty keyboard, to like having a full studio and having a house for his family hooked onto that and getting to work from home. Like, that's the dream, man. You get to sit home and do what you love and it be your work too.
I feel, I,
Imagine.
I feel he's kind of the mecca of the Nova Scotia hip hop.
He's the mecca of Canadian hip hop, man.
Yeah, like it goes so much further with him. I think he signed to Universal right now.
Might be Universal, yeah. I know he did have a deal with Sony, but I think that didn't work out. I think he did go with Universal Canada.
Okay.
I'm not 100. I shouldn't say that. I'm not 100%, but
Me either.
yeah.
So I mean, what about people like let's say Pat Stay?
I like battle rap um to an extent. I don't know. It's not really my thing. Like, my idea of battle rap is like the old school, like, dudes in the street doing this. I find it so contrived now because they get time to think about what they're gonna say, and like, it got like, I saw a battle where a dude had a piece of paper in his hand, and it's like, come on, that's not a battle. I mean, I'm not saying that I could do either, because I'm not a great freestyle, and I'll be the first one to admit that. But I've I'm not going to pay. I wouldn't pay to watch a King of the Dot battle. I'll put it to you that way. But Pat
Okay.
stays fine.
So, what do you think about hip hop in the Maritimes? Do you think it's kind of going in the right direction, or do you think we're getting a little bit more respect in the industry?
Well, I'll tell you, there's two dudes, and I don't know if this is an answer to that question, but there's two dudes of Lunenburg called Jax and Ate and Jax. Have you ever heard tell of them?
Briefly, not a lot though.
They could be they could be on the mainstream radio right now, and they can also they can do a song that sounds like it's like a 90s hip hop track, and then they can turn around and put out another song that sounds like it should be on like the bounce. Like there's one song they got, it sounds just like Juice World, which I'm hip to the game because I got kids, right? So I know what the kids are listening to. I'm with it.
Good, good.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of young people coming up right now that if with the proper, like, as long as they go the proper ways, and like, you know, don't try to step on any toes, and just like make stuff that sounds like what's coming out today, then there's a future for it for sure. I make shit that sounds like it came out in the early 2000s, late 90s, so I know I'm not going to make a pop chart with that, but there's definitely a future.
Oh, most definitely. I think Mercules is making a lot of headway
Mm,
this year too.
yeah, yeah, you know what, I'll be 100% honest, I don't really care for his rap at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's I thought his first couple albums were good, and then I just found it all sounded the same to me after that. Like I liked him enough to pay for a ticket to a show. Um, he played at Reflections in Halifax back in probably 2016 or 17, probably. Anyway, I went to that, and it was good. He was really good, but I find now all the stuff sounds the same.
Just doesn't go with your style of hip hop, I guess, or what you're into.
Yeah, and like I say, I liked his older stuff, but I feel like he's gotten lazy. But people love him, so props to them for that, and good on him for having the sport. He's just not really my cup of tea.
So I guess that leads me into beefs and hip hop. And I guess, I kind of wanted to get your take on beefs. And, since 95, a lot of
Yeah.
people think, hey, this is a way to sell albums. It's a marketing tool.
Well,
And
man, you can look back. You can look back at beefs like MC Shan and Marley Marl. They used to beef. I think they were together actually. It was who was it? KRS-One was beefing with one of them. It was Marley Marl. He had like the bridges over and put they were putting each other down. But that was for respect. That wasn't for selling records. That was actually because they had a real legitimate problem. They didn't just make something up.
so do you think overall it's good for hip hop to have beefs? Or would you say we can do
Well,
without it?
they're all made up now. Like, if you know the rap community in Nova Scotia is so small that I don't know enough rappers to have a problem with any of them. And really though, and unless somebody like, what's somebody going to do to me that would be bad enough to, like, the only reason I would ever have to get mad at someone is if they like stole my car or something, you know what I mean? Like, and then I'm not going to put a diss track out about them. I'm going to go call the cops and get my car back.
We know you like that Jetta.
Well, that's right. Oh yeah, man. No, but for real, it's like, I don't know. I think it's dumb when people make up beef, like the Drake and what's that other guy? Pusha T. They had a beef, and they were just like, someone just made that up. They're like, oh man, you should beef with Drake. Put a song out about Drake. And like, I like both those guys. I actually like Drake quite a bit. I like Pusha T, but I thought that was contrived and dumb. And like, if anybody was beefing with anybody around here, it's like, they're not. It's making a song, hating somebody enough to make a song, record it, take it to a place and get it pressed on vinyl and then release it is different than just sitting in your bedroom on your laptop making a diss track about somebody.
Very true.
So I got a lot more respect for the old school beefs.
Do you feel that was kind of like the Snoop Dogg and Eminem thing? Do you think that was kind of made up Family Feud?
Um, you know what? I don't know. I think that might have been real, actually.
Yeah.
I think I like, man, you know, it's so cliche because I'm white and I rap, but I love Eminem. I think Eminem's really, I don't really care for a lot of his new stuff. Like it's pretty hit and miss. But dude, Slim Shady LP and Marshall Mathers LP are two of the greatest albums ever. And I think you'd find a lot of people that would agree with me on that.
Yeah, I feel even was the Marshall Mathers show? Was that it?
Oh, the Eminem show.
The Eminem show. I even like that album. I thought that was pretty hot.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was his third one. That was pretty good. My
Yeah.
dad's gone crazy. I like that track.
Yeah. Well, we have kids, so
That's right. We can relate now,
we can
right?
relate to that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure my kids think that of me a lot when they're listening to my music, and I'm always like, "Oh, let me play a song for you." And they're like, "Oh, Dad." Like my daughter was in my room the other night, and I've got like a little studio set up in the corner, and it's just like a mic on a rolling desk with a couple monitors on it. And I was like, "Come here, come here." And she come into my room, and I was like, "Let me play something for you." And the beat come on, and I could see she was kind of jamming to it. And then as soon as my voice came in, she was like, "Oh," and like walked away. And I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Appreciate that.
Dad, you're not supposed to be cool.
Yeah, exactly. But I got good kids, so I can't say a bad word there. That they're amazing kids.
Well, that's all anyone can ask for, right?
Yeah.
So you're newly married?
Well, we've been married for what, 3 years now, so I wouldn't call that new, but it's somewhat new.
Somewhat new.
But yeah,
And
married to somewhat new.
she happened to be an actor on the Trailer Park Boys.
Yes, that's right. Her name's Sarah Dunsworth, now Sarah Dunsworth Nickerson. Yeah, she's a great woman, and I love her very much, and I'm happy and proud to be married to her.
So
She's not
how
sitting behind me with a gun to my head.
did you know when you first started dating her that she was an actor on the Trailer Park Boys, or did that just kind of come after?
Yeah, no, we knew some of the same people, so it was pretty easy to make a connection. Like I used to rap with Tyrone Parsons, it's on Trailer Park as well. So sort of had that in. But I always found her really attractive. Like watching the show when I was young, I sort of had a crush on her. So it was kind of crazy when I got the chance to meet her, and then started dating her.
And sparks just flew from there, huh?
That's right.
Did she get to meet Snoop Dogg when he was on the show?
No, that was a year too late. A year too late
Oh,
for that. Yeah.
her father was Jim Leahy. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's who he played on the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
His name was John Dunsworth, but he played the character named Jim Leahy. Yeah.
He seems to be known around the world.
Iconic, man. Absolutely iconic. And I hope that anybody that's a big fan of his goes and checks his YouTube channel and watches like the videos of him. Just if you type in John Dunsworth and not Jim Leahy, you get the real person. And he was a shirt off your back type of guy and just the salt of the earth sort of dude. And there's videos of him making stuff out of cement and rocks and stuff on YouTube. And he's got a CD too. Can you see that there? To get a reflection. Anyway, that's his CD of stories.
Okay.
He's got that's oh yeah, by the way, that's all available on johndunsworth.com. You can also buy the dictionary. I might as well plug this while I gotta say.
Plug it, brother.
The dictionary. It's an original work, and if you've watched the show at all, it's about Jim Leahy does a lot of shitisms. So the winds of shit and the shit rope and stuff like that. So that whole book is just shitisms.
All right. Anyone watching who wants to get that, please check it out on YouTube. Please get the book. This is
johndunsworth.com.
Yes, support Nova Scotia, support the Maritimes, and I'm sure anyone would be happy to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Ben, you have an album release party coming up.
Coming up, yeah, man. It's tomorrow night. It's coming up like quick. It felt so far away when I booked it.
So
Now it's like, oh shit, it's tomorrow.
where's that going to be?
It's at Box and Rock Brewery, and I'll tell you right now, if you're a craft beer connoisseur such as myself, it's top notch for, I'm gonna say, the world, for beer. Box and Rock Brewery, man. I'm telling you right now, I lived right across the road for right across the road for a while from where it was brewed, and I used to go over there all the time and always get to try the new stuff that they have out. Um, Such a good brewery, and I'm tickled to be able to be there tomorrow night. They got a they got this huge tap room down on King Street, or on Water Street in Shelburne, and so it's in Shelburne, Nova Scotia, something Water Street. If you drove down Water Street and missed Box and Rock, then you probably shouldn't be driving. You shouldn't legally have your license, because it's like Box and Rock, this giant sign. But the other thing is, if you're driving down Water Street tomorrow night, you want to go to my show, you probably should call ahead, because from what I heard, it's sold out.
Sold out already.
Sold out the night before.
Man, that's good to hear. I hope there are so many lines trying to get into that show. It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, socially distanced lines, of course, but
that's right.
Wearing your proper mask, your PPE, a 3-layer mask, 4-layer if you got it, man. You can't be too safe.
Is it a bit challenging to put on a show during COVID-19?
Well, I mean, Box and Rock handled a lot of it. I just basically asked them if I could do it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. We're honored to do it." And I said, "Well, I'm honored to do it because, it's one of my favorite places to go. There's not a whole lot in town to do socially. So to be able to have a spot where I like to go, be the spot where I'm going to get to do my thing, and other people that, like, there's people driving down from all over the province. Our tip of the province, but a lot of people from work and stuff like that are driving down, and I'm pleased as punch, as they say.
But the question is Morris George going to be there?
Oh, I hope so. I don't think he booked the table though. I'd let him in for free anyway. You can't charge the honorary. He's the honorary mayor of Shelburne with his ice cream place.
Oh boy, I tell you.
He's the mayor of Ice Cream Town, at least.
Oh, we had a good time, me and Morris, back in the day.
Yeah. What did he tell me about you? He said you had a guitar and you couldn't carry a tune in a bucket of shit.
That doesn't surprise me one bit, Morris. He told me once he couldn't get a pretty face like his without getting into a scuffle or two.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I believe that. Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, man, it's been great chatting with you tonight.
Yeah, man, it's been an honor to be on.
And I wish you all the best for tomorrow. I hope there's thousands of socially distanced people coming just to watch you get down, my friend.
And might I add, before we go, that everything is following COVID protocols. The capacity is I don't know what the actual law is, but it's definitely under that. Tables are socially distanced and people are sitting in bubbles, and there's no hopping around, masks if you stand up, go to the bathroom, anything like that. Wait staff will bring you stuff. So it's full COVID protocol. So we're not out here having some kind of wild hip hop show where people are going to be up jumping on the stage and freaking out. I just want to get that out there and let that be known that it's very responsible. It's a grown folks hip hop show.
Excellent.
And DJ Theory, my man, is going to be on the 1s and 2s too.
Excellent. Well, we got love for Just Ben, and make sure you get down to Box and Rock tomorrow night and check out that show.
If you can.
And Ben, just before we let you go, if people want to hear your music and buy your music, where can they do that?
Well, if you want to buy my music, the best way is probably, if you want to get a CD, would be to email me at bennickerson@gmail.com. And you can also search Just Ben on Spotify, and Apple Music, Amazon, all the major streaming spots you can find me on. Just search Just Ben, all one word, JUSTBEN.
Excellent. And just to end off, Local Celebrity is looking for sponsors and donations. If you like the content coming out of here and if you want it to keep going, you can email us at localcelebrity001@gmail.com. Ben Nickerson, it's been my pleasure.
Thank you, man. Thanks, Chris.
Good luck tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll have you back on.
Awesome. Anytime.
All right, buddy. Good luck. Thank
See ya.
you.